A lot of these guys, their biggest fight is to say something slick over social media or on one of these platforms. You did. So I'm
So,
one of the motherfuckers that's gonna bring it to your front door.
mm, so now that we talking about Lamont Roach, we're talking about Tank. How do you see that fight playing out? What is your prediction on that fight?
I think it's gonna be interesting. Like I said before, I think it's gonna be interesting. Probably for maybe the first half of the fight. You know, I think the first half of the fight is gonna be a little interesting. Um, I still think Tank is gonna just be able to physically overwhelm Roach. You know what I'm saying? I think Roach is probably gonna try to move, try to box and stuff like that. But I think Tank is gonna physically overwhelm him later on in the fight.
Mm, mm. So you believe that it starts like halfway of the
Hey,
fight? You
hold
believe it
hold
stops?
on, hold on. Somebody said Andre Ward would tell them that Tank would stop me. I wish you would ask Andre Ward that. He understands the concept. Andre Ward knows boxing. Styles make fights. And a lot of these people that you talking about, they are one fucking dimensional. They only are good fighting in one completely different way. I mean, one way. I'm that motherfucking nigga that can do this shit in multiple different ways. Versatility is the key. Don't get this shit misconstrued. And stop speaking for another man. That's some goofy shit. Speak for yourself.
So you said, one dimensional. Are you speaking upon Lamont? Or are you speaking upon Tank?
Both.
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 Well, talk to me. What's so one dimensional about them?
Um Tank is Roach is flat footed. He's flat footed, he's slow on his feet. He's not the fastest guy with on his hands. He doesn't have like hellified defense or anything like that. Um, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get with these guys. When you're dealing with Tank, um, when you're dealing with Tank, he gives away the first half of the fight. Whether he's giving away the first half of the fight because he's people nowadays say he's calculating data. I don't consider that shit calculating data by getting punched in the fucking face for about 6, 7 rounds. My eyes swole, my shit's red and shit like that, just to get a lucky shot or just to get a shot in. You know what I'm saying? In the eighth, ninth round or the seventh round. I don't consider that calculating data. You know what I'm saying? Calculating data is when you can strategically take from a motherfucker, stop his attacks, slipping and avoiding his attack and shit. They're not doing that. They get in touch with this shit consistently. You don't see Mr. Russell getting punched. You don't see me getting hit. Even in my last fight, you don't see too much of me getting hit. That shit don't happen.
I mean, does Frank Martin? I mean, he didn't. He was showing in his career that he wasn't getting too much until he fought that last guy,
Say it
and then
again.
Frank Martin. He was known to be a slick fighter, a guy that didn't get hit too much as well.
Okay, and I believe that once again he was overwhelmed. Frank Martin went in that bitch scared. Most people can be in shape. I'm about to just learn y'all some shit. You can be in 100% shape. Just to the fans that don't know, have you ever just been sitting and somebody just come and startle you real quick, and your motherfucking heart just get a beating out your chest real fast? You ain't even move no motherfucking way, but your adrenaline is pumping like shit. That shit happens in fights if you can't mentally calm that shit down and control that shit. When Frank Martin fought Tank, he was scared as a motherfucker fighting Tank.
The flinching, the
He fought
flinching.
he fought Tank with all type of nervous energy. The
Mm.
first 3, 4, 5 rounds, that was all nervous energy. He was just moving fast, trying to get the fuck out the way. And the moment that that shit wore the fuck out, and he started getting tired, and now you got to deal with the actual intellect of the sport and deal with the defensive discipline and shit like that. That's when motherfuckers fall short.
Okay.
That's when motherfuckers fall short.
Now that we're here talking about that.
Intellect over athleticism, man.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, we you said that. Tank is getting hit, but he's also putting people to sleep at the same time. You know, so while he's trying to get that shot
That's
in
cool.
that
My
you
thing,
speak
that's
upon.
cool. That I mean, what is Marcus of Queensbury? Marcus of Queensbury is boxing. It means to hit and not get hit. So let's not completely overlook the fact that a motherfucker's getting his ass beat for the first half of the fight until he hit somebody. Yes, he probably won because he knocked the nigga out, but you was losing the whole motherfucking fight before you did. Do that count for anything? What happens if you get into a motherfucking fight? Because statistically shows his last 5, 6, 7 fucking fights, he was losing. He had to come behind in the scorecard to win. What happens if he can't get that shot in? You're gonna fucking lose.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fighting someone that's defensively disciplined.
Have you haven't sparred Tank, have you?
Nah, I wanna fight him.
All right. So it's like, how us fans are looking at is everyone's coming in with a wiffle bat, but he's coming in with a metal one.
Hey, that's it's cool. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
come in a fight with a plastic bat while I'm coming in and hit you with a metal one.
Nah, it's not even that, man. It's not even that, you know.
And you can swing that wiffle bat faster than I can swing my metal bat, for sure. But once I hit you with that metal bat,
Listen, you're talking about defensive discipline. You're talking about skill set. You can't land that shit. It's certain people that you can fight against. They say styles make fights. That's a true fucking statement.
mhm,
You got some people that straightforward, they just want to be bulldogs. They will have problems with anybody that have any type of lateral fucking movement. They gonna have problems. Styles make fights. If you can't get that shit off, then it doesn't fucking matter. I don't
right.
give a fuck how hard somebody hit. You gotta land that shit. If I'm blocking that shit, catching that shit, and I guarantee you gonna be concerned about what the fuck I'm doing too. Fuck what the other man doing.